It's time for more video game playing on this exciting, phenomenal, ever-growing channel. We last left off, we finished investigating stuff. Let's see how well this session will go. We're gonna do our absolute best. I was contemplating if that was a lie or not. Apollo! Were you able to sleep last night?
Huh? Oh, sleep. Sure, I slept for a grand total of 0 hours.
Why? I thought we were done with him. I thought we weren't gonna see him, but I just remembered upon his arrival here that he went to go examine something for us, or he went to go get something analyzed, right? Something about the audio, about the Uragoner thing. So he had to be here at some point to give us the results of it. Oh, it's so nice to see him though. Sometimes the world is just so dookie and it feels like you're completely helpless and there's nothing you can do to help make it better, but you just sometimes come across a beautiful face and you're like, maybe things will be okay a little bit. I'm so single. Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. Wow, who gives a tape recorder as a good luck gift? Where's my charm or something? Amulet? The Japanese little pouch thing? The voice print analysis came back and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. Epic! We got fabricated evidence! In other words, the recording is a fabrication. Epic! We love that for us! The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing, but it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Someone's died. Someone dead. Someone just straight up died. Well, who's there? Wait! Did you see who it was? Is it fucking Scuttlebutt? I hope not. No. I got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been Hugh. I bet he was eavesdropping. What a butthole, dickhead, stinky, armpit, fuck! I came off way too aggressive there.
I wonder if he saw our hand.
Oh, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Boxcar were listening in too. I will make sure they don't make a run for it. That is my final gift to you. I mean, the longer you stand here, the more likely they're gonna run away. But
okay, all that's left now is to reach out to the truth.
Time for a mini Chords of Steel workout. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Your turn. What? You don't need to work out. You're not the one.
I'm Athena Cykes, and I'm fine.
That's it. We're done. I guess it was a mini workout indeed. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The Cykes Brigade is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor.
The Cykes Brigade. I'm so shocked I managed to say that correctly. Those are very unfamiliar words to me. The prosecution is ready as well. I mean, isn't that right, Prosecutor Blackwell? I sleep. I have no time to be awake. Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected, yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody. Understood? Your boldness. Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions. But later, I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, come on, they're just high school kids. Let them pass. Wow, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now, about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday. A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The school photo, oh, the one of Court and Junie? The art room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he is paying for his failures as we speak.
Poor Detective Fulbright. I hope he returns to work with all of his body parts intact.
I'm more surprised that they would let a clock run fast in a room that seemingly has been used frequently by Court. Like, why did she let it run fast? Why didn't she fix it? Did daylight savings just end? But if that's the case, then what would we... The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from art room to stage. And I mean to prove it here this day.
It's just like Detective Fulbright said. But what else does he have up his sleeve?
You'll find out. Be patient. My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. The murder took place near the center of the art room, as evidenced by the blood stain. It's the guilty sign. Look how pixelated he is. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area, which is to say, the body was carried over to that very window. I just can't believe they would waste so much money on making such large banners for a mock trial. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below,
and though there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound. That too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then, a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage.
That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could have moved that body that way.
Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either.
Why, you...
Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness! It's time for you to come forth.
It's gonna be Hugh Bonner, right? You can look handsome all you want, but you're still a butthead.
Roller, will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Oh, he has to do it again? He's been in court, right? Last time?
Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Themis Legal Academy, and I'm studying to be a lawyer. Yesterday, I told the lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. Because since I'm such a believable guy, everyone will believe me to speak the truth. So I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Cykes?
Don't look at me. I didn't say anything.
What's he up to now?
The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. If only you just did that from the get-go so we didn't have to fucking bring you here a second time, but whatever, dude. Now, your testimony, please.
Witness testimony!
What O'Connor saw.
The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. I sneak out from the stag. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area.
What? She would literally see you the way you're sticking out there.
She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that.
Sure you didn't.
The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Cykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client?
Never a snappy comeback when I need one.
He's coming straight at us today, using any means possible.
To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting up the stage. A mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse.
This is something that one person can drag over. It looks very thick, but I also don't know how big it is comparatively. Like, is Junie strong enough to carry that, drag that around by herself?
Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they use it?
Oh, there is plenty wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body.
No! It sucks being the last to know everything.
To be fair, we never even examined the maintenance area, like the storeroom, the cart, the mat presumably that was used, assuming that they were all there. But we never even looked there. All we did was like, what did we do in the maintenance area? We talked to somebody. And I think we panned up once. But like, there was nothing like we didn't examine anything. There was still that big scratch on the wall that I remember just now. We didn't even look at that. We didn't care about it. Is the maintenance area really that important? I don't know. I think I get it now. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat. Oh really? Like, mats are probably heavy, but I feel like mats are usually like, there's cushioning to it, right? So would it leave drag? I guess maybe, I don't know. Whatever, I don't know. I wasn't there. If the only mat of that thickness was where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to this case. We're off to a bad start again. You sure you're okay, Athena? I mean, I have to be. I'm already here.
It's game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm gonna turn your arrogant, perfect scored grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure.
You said words.
Cross-exam.
So they're saying that the body was dropped from the maintenance area onto a mat, and then the body was transferred onto a ball cart to the stage, right? She was dragging a mat from behind the stage. I was watching from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. This was, what time was this? The lecture was packed. So we're led to believe that before the mock trial started, on the day of, she dragged the mat from behind the stage to the maintenance area, went upstairs, dropped the body onto the mat, ran back downstairs, put the body in a ball cart, dragged the ball cart to the stage, put the mat away? You think she did all that in that time and then still had time to go back to the mock trial to set things up? Because she was in charge of everything, right? Oops. Oh no, you know what? That's fine. I wanted to press everything.
Hold it!
What? I was just getting to the important part.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to like...
Eager to unsheath your blade, Cykes Dono. Your heavy breath heaves to where I stand.
How rude! A human's breath doesn't travel anywhere near that far.
So, the only issue is distance? You're not denying that you're a heavy breather.
Sounds creepy coming from him.
Yeah, I'm just saying that scientific studies have proven that it's not.
Hang in there, Athena. No matter how many insults they hurl, it won't affect the judge's opinion of you. Well, it can. I think it's more so that no matter how many insults they hurl at you, it doesn't change the fact that you're still here to do a job. I think that's more the bottom line.
What about my own self-esteem?
Because the judge can very much have opinions on you. So I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. Okay.
Our client was simply putting the mat away. It had nothing to do with this case.
That is where you are wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a 3-story fall. Hence, the mat dragged by the accused was essential to moving the body.
Also seems crazy that such a big school, or seemingly such a big school, would only have one mat, like, to cushion falls. I don't know how often people are falling, but I feel like you would need a little bit more than one mat. But, like, do they only have, like, gym class, like, once a year?
If we win this one, I promise to donate another thick mat to the academy.
That's what I'm saying. They need more. They put all that budget into buying the banner. They should have put the budget into buying a mat.
Now, show me how to show you the truth. You'll have me full cooperation.
What? I have no idea what he just said there. Watching it from a vantage point between the stage and the main area.
Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said?
I was between the stage and the maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop.
Oh, there's a wall there. There's a wall with the yellow no crossing sign. I don't know what you would call that. The yellow and black stripe thing that usually indicates that to not cross.
He's sticking to his guns. The issue here is where he was standing, where he said he saw Junie. But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Time to dig a little deeper.
Nope, it's okay. He had glasses on, whatever, who cares? We have a picture of the wall, yes? Is it from here?
So, you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area? Well, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the students setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here?
Why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of them next to my house until a few days ago, too. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest. Nosy bitch.
Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That is their purpose. Now let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Aha! Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claimed to have seen our client from behind the stage backdrop.
Oh my, but the screen would have been completely in the way.
That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point.
Yeah, you didn't think about that? You were there. You would have seen the wall. Why are you fucking lying? Why the fuck you lie? Oh my god, remember that? Order! Order! Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court?
The screen. Right. You must have slipped my mind.
What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally as big as that?
Never mind the fact that how could you forget it? Because it was there, then clearly you wouldn't have seen anything. So you're just lying. It can't just slip your mind. If it was tucked to the side, then yeah, it could have slipped your mind. But it was literally right in front of you, presumably where you were standing. You can't just forget it. You can't just forget your way out of this.
There are two kinds of memory lapse. The normal kind you mouth breathers have.
Shut up!
And the genius level lapse of memory that people like me have.
Why don't you just admit that it was a normal everyday brain fart already? You can't brain fart that away. Fucking stick to your guns, Athena. Come on.
Will the witness now please restate what he remembers, minus the lapse of memory?
It's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen.
Then she would have seen you.
You're testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front. To actually see our client behind the stage, from the stage side of the screen, the witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage.
Yeah, she's dragging a mat, and then he's there hiding behind with her, and she just doesn't see him somehow. So she's like, I'm gonna push this mat out, and no one's here to see me do this.
But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor.
I can't make up a fucking good lie. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Nice one, Athena. Keep it up. Don't igiyari me. Otaka.
All right, Golden Boy. This is not your chance.
I forgot they called him Golden Boy.
Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest.
The truth? What truth?
That he knows how to fly?
The fact that Golden Boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
But then the screen would have blocked his view of...
On the ground, yes. His view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high.
Oh my god. Hero O'Connor's made out of smoke!
Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think...
Something on the other side of the screen. Something high enough to see the stage. No way! This crane right here?
Nah, he was sitting on the lights.
But I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial.
Me neither. But it's probably safe to assume it was moved right before you found the body.
That's far enough playing Prosecutor Blackwell. Remember, you promised.
Promises don't mean dick if it's fucking hiding the truth.
I recall making no such promise. It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information.
What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell is using against him?
What's it got to do with going into the crane?
Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun, albeit it seemed very enticing.
I'm sure all boys think about going on a crane.
He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds.
Don't you need, like, serious training and, like, a license to operate a crane? Not everyone can work a crane, right? Would you let a high school boy work a crane? Whatever.
What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane?
That's what I was saying.
The witness... I object to the prosecutor's last statement. There's no proof I ever operated that crane.
Actually, there just might be something that proves you did.
What?
If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it would be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site that previous day too.
Is this what you're thinking of, Athena?
Yep. As the court can see, this photo captures the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, he bears a definite resemblance to Mr. O'Connor.
Are you serious? Oh, this is ridiculous. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains.
The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light.
That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that? Bring a crane into the courtroom and have him ride it?
The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as the witness by examining...
I'm guessing his hobby. What? His fingerprints, bitch. I'm assuming it's the neck because there's a red collar thing. I also like purposely didn't mention anything about the crane operator the last episode or whatever episode it was that we had seen this photo the first time because I wasn't sure if it was obvious that it was O'Connor. I can't remember if I knew it was O'Connor the first time I played it because it was so long ago.
The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck.
Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something, but I won't say it. Why, yes, you can see it right there. But then, are you saying you mean to?
Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination.
You know what's crazy? In real life, if there was anything on his neck, even with the stand collar that he has on his uniform, you'd still be able to peek something as red as that underneath. The collar's not attached to your neck. It's not like a turtleneck. Anime logic.
No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy. You are a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off.
Oh my god, how perverse.
Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck.
Oh my god, you're also a pervert. A whole bunch of perverts, am I right, Connor?
Guess I have no choice.
I didn't remember it looking like that. Oh my!
So, where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask?
Wait, can you take that off?
I didn't buy it. It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world.
Well, it sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analyzed?
You're one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment is no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed.
You can drive?
But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school.
When you factor in all of the required tests and apprenticeship period. Oh, wouldn't you have to have at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? Yeah, there you go. He brought up the issue that I had, but I didn't know anything.
Oh, about that. You see, I'm a genius, so, you know, I was able to lie about my age or something. Let us dispense with this inane charade, Golden Boy. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, don't do it!
I don't know what he said.
High school seniors are 19 at most. Thus, they failed to complete the requirements. Oh, I just remembered something. But that does not apply to you, does it, Mr. O'Connor?
Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right?
No, don't, please! Actually, Golden Boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school.
I mean, you know, you can take a break all you want, but I did forget. I very much forgot about that.
Wait, come again?
Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. 'Tis all right there.
Ah! Ow!
25? You mean he's older than me? A 25-year-old high school student? I get you should be able to take breaks if it's something that's needed, but like, being 25 in a high school is kind of a little bit, I get it. When I was like semi-younger, a few years ago, I tried to brush up on my Chinese. I enrolled in a Chinese school. Everyone there was fucking elementary school students, and I was the only grown-ass person. It was so embarrassing. I had to leave after the first day. Oh my god, I could never have gone back there. Oh my god, it was so embarrassing. I get it. I understand.
7-year break. 7 years. I have just one thing to say. There are 2 kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take, and the genius kind people like me take.
If you're such a genius, then you should have just fucking skipped grades.
But a genius would quickly become a chore for a 7-year break.
I think you have that backwards, Athena. What? I don't even know what she said. Oh, a 7-year break would have been a chore for a genius. Okay, I understand.
Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row.
Only Hugh could get away with using only like that.
He doesn't get away with it. What the fuck?
Enough of this jibber jabber. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. The accused readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further.
Considering that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script, I find Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me? I'm very easily dissuaded.
As long as a mat was used to move the body, Junie's gonna be under suspicion.
Athena, I just thought of something. What was Hugh doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start.
Yeah, why was he on the crane? Wait, you don't think... Your Honor?
Oh, yes, Miss Cykes.
I've got it. I've got an amazing idea that will turn the prosecution's claim on its head. A little conjecture has never stopped us before.
Are they trying to allude that he used the crane to move the body or something?
Interesting.
Mr. O'Connor, you were using that crane to... Is it this?
Oh, it is this.
The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like in the script too. At least, that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish.
Did this bitch just call me foolish? Who the fuck does she think?
Those are pretty strong words, Athena. You sure about this? Hey, he always gets at us. We are allowed to get at him at least once.
The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this does not bode well for you.
Wait, he's on my side this time? Or is this another trap?
Hey, watch this. He just throws a smoke screen and run away. I can use a bow and arrow one-handed.
Epic.
Wow, that's a crazy level of dexterity.
I mean, sure.
I can even drive a crane with one hand. That's easy. But operating the crane itself is so complex. It requires both hands. Now, I would have the court look at this.
I think you need to change your bandage. It's quite, the blood is seeping through quite severely.
Oh, please tell me that's a ketchup stain.
You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I keep my hand in my pocket at this time. Or rather, all this time. I've already verified this with the hospital of treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say.
How did he hurt himself? How did you hurt yourself? Oh, she's asking that too.
So, how did you hurt it?
I see no need to discuss that. It has no relevance to this case. 2 hands are required to operate complex machinery such as a crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane.
Now I'm the fool!
What's stopping him from just like, if his hands are completely covered like this and he can't move it, what's stopping him from putting it over the, I don't know how you operate a crane, so I don't know what's on there. I was gonna say a joystick, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you would call it if they had like a little thing to like move the head of the crane. Anyway, I don't drive.
I planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. I wanted to keep my part-time job a secret. I had to do it just before the mock trial instead.
And here I thought this was the big break we've been waiting for.
Now that the defense's sophistry...
Is that a word? That's not a word. That sounds like someone's name, but like it's spelled terribly.
I would have the court recall my claim.
The body was dropped out of a third-floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. Then a ball cart was used to move it to the stage, see? I've been paying attention.
Well done, your baldness. Now consider this. The accused was sighted dragging that mat. Ergo, it was she who moved the body.
She definitely would have struggled if that was how it played out, right? Moving a mat that's heavy enough to catch a falling body, and then having to move body and mat, even with the ball cart? Where did the mat end up afterwards anyway? Did it mention that? Well, I think you were on the right track, Athena.
You do?
Yeah, Juniper remains the prime suspect if we assume the body was moved per script. So, as a defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been moved.
But, oh, is he telling me to think of another way besides the crane?
Miss Sykes, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And
If you do not, it is time for the verdict. Isn't that correct, your baldness?
No, not yet. All I have to do is show that the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right?
well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with the case.
Is there blood on the mat? Did we examine if there was any blood on the mat? Because even if she was killed in the art room and there was blood all in the art room, presumably there would have been blood on the body that would have transferred onto the mat when she was dropped 3 stories down. Y'all think about that? Why do I have to do all the thinking around here?
There was a sword of great renown that cuts down sophisticated lawyers. Its name is evidence.
Tch, you don't scare me. Force a smile, Athena. You can do it.
It's okay, he's all the way across the room. He can't get you. What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped.
How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly.
Oh my god, the body flew.
Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art room and the stage. Keyword, zip. If you couldn't figure it out. Zip? Zippity-doodah? Zippity-day? The body flew down? Via zippity-may? What? Someone could have easily used that thing.
Oh, yes, of course. Miss Sykes, the court would like to see what you have for us.
All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of possibility. The mat and the ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what it was used.
I think I just used the school camera photo. Yeah, I don't have the winch in position. Oh, no? I thought I would have used the photo to show off the winch. Maybe this? Okay, there's the banner.
The key here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together.
Might I propose an idea? It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance or your coochie. Ha ha ha.
She's of age, right? She's legally, she's not a kid. I mean, even if she wasn't a kid, that's still inappropriate. I'm sorry, Athena. I didn't mean to say that. That was a crass joke.
This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackwell. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung.
I should have been able to show off the winch and then lead to the banner, though, if I'm gonna be real. Because you can see the winch in that photo.
That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run and reel the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage via this wire.
Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act.
I don't know, you weren't there. What if they wanted to mess around?
The body surely would have fallen, yet there were no signs of blunt force trauma.
Oh, you surprised me, Prosecutor Blackwell. You didn't actually think I failed to account for that? You think I'm stupid?
I'm sure that's exactly what he thought. Okay, well, he thinks I'm stupid, whatever.
When we investigated the stage yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape.
We didn't take a picture of it. You just have to take my word for it.
And pouches are useful for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried?
Well, go on. Please explain. Was it apples? I love apples.
The body was bundled into the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire.
Wee. and it slipped out. Heaven forbid that the weight of the body would have like pulled on the winch over the window. But I guess that thing is meant to be heavy enough that it would be able to take on weight. But
The body would have been down on that stage in a flash, and there'd been no need for a mat.
did they also set that was specifically for the mock trial or for the day of this festival?
I've heard the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying?
Carrying the banner. That's a phrase.
I have no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks.
Oh, but when you bring out an invisible sword to cut things, that's okay? With your fucking tricks, that's fine?
Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high wire act.
If you have an actual objection, then just come out and say it.
I trust you recall the bloodstain left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have been via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. However, the bloodstained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area.
Why did they assume that they carried the body over the pottery so that the blood would drip on? It doesn't even look like it was dripped onto it. Also, if we're saying the blood got onto the pottery after being put in the direction of that window towards the maintenance area, then there would have definitely been blood left over to get onto the mat. But no one's bringing that up. Why do I have to think of everything? Why aren't you guys thinking the same way I'm thinking? What are you guys, fucking set, like, encoded to only think certain things and not overthink? What are you, fake?
Ergo, the wire and banner had not at all to do with this case.
Oh? The bloodstained pottery. I remember that.
Yeah, did you also remember the bloodstained fucking banner? This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the mat theory if you don't do something.
Well, Miss Cykes, I hope you have something better this time than a circus act.
My wire theory is true. Then the blood on the pottery must not have been.
The victim's blood.
Maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from?
Shame on you, Sykes Doyle. Have a little more respect for the constabulary.
Is that like the constable, but he like speaks words? Uh-oh.
Fulbright.
Uh-oh. Looks like they didn't check it.
Ah, don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes.
What? What's that song?
Spare me your cheek. We will know not either way until the tests are run.
True, but in the meantime, I'm gonna press my claim as far as I can.
Your baldness. I demand that the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant.
Of course. Shouldn't take long to get the results back.
And there you have it. The results are here. Oh, just like that, huh? Damn, it really was that quick.
Oh my, that was quick. Thank goodness for anime logic.
We're history if it turns out to be the victim's blood. It wouldn't be, because in theory, even if there was her blood, what's to say that it didn't, like, splatter?
Please, please, let it be someone else's.
It seems the blood was not from the victim.
What?
Furthermore, comparison with other parties involved with this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor.
Score!
Can you explain why your blood's on the pottery? Oh, he's not sweating about it. Oh god, cough, cough. Oh, cough, cough.
Don't worry, Junie. Just try to relax. His hands were dripping with blood. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand has suffered a serious injury. He sustained a wound in a struggle with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. Then Junie saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
They didn't even bring up the fact that Junie had said that. She just thought that. I guess it's not important to the case.
There is but one way now to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge is with Sykes Dono, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret.
Ayo?
Fine. Whatever.
What?
Wow, how much dirt does he have on you?
What is this? A switchblade?
The court will observe this odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam Scuttlebutt's script was found.
They booby-trapped it? Miss Scuttlebutts? But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained her script?
Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had hidden this from us all.
I didn't even remember that.
Let's see here. My word. Talk about the world's most painful paper cut.
Indeed. You can clearly see that if this envelope is not opened correctly, a powerful spring-loaded blade would shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand, The only one who had been told of the correct way to open it was Constant Court.
Who booby-trapped it? Scuttlebutt? She booby-trapped her own script? Heaven forbid that Constant accidentally slipped or something. What the fuck? Also, if someone was holding the envelope with her script, they would have felt something bulging out that wasn't a book.
Sis, you really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission and you'll wish you hadn't.
I didn't remember her saying that, but apparently she said it.
Yikes, Miriam wasn't kidding when she said that.
The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script and paid for his foolishness.
Ouch! This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen.
Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We've still got the wire theory.
Yeah, I've got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying that the body was moved using the wire and banner. Therefore, the defense was against assert that claim.
Or what? Search just that. Whatever. Close enough.
You call yourself a lawyer? Don't you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking?
Huh?
The court will like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out.
And you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever.
You're saying that to the court? Are you saying that to the judge? How dare you? Who do you think you are?
Seems you've forgotten those two statues that were unstaged directly below the wire. A body sent sliding down that wire would have crashed into them. Care to explain that away?
Why, I believe he's right. The statues and the wires are extremely close together.
So the body would have collided with the statues? What if they did collide? Wait, that's it.
Oh, what? Oh.
Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken.
The little silhouettes of the heads, that's so cute. Like little chibis.
But if we assume the body crashed into them, that would also explain that loud sound we heard while we were in the waiting room.
Oh, now that you mention it, you and Mr. Wright went out of the stage after you heard that sound, correct?
Interesting. How very interesting. But may I ask just one question? When was it that you heard said sound?
It was a little after the mock trial had started.
Oh.
Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears there in the waiting room when...
Yeah, dipshit.
Precisely. If the sound you heard did happen when the body was being moved, that would place it during the mock trial.
Oof! Which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started!
You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body.
He said he saw the body before the mock trial. If so,
What? You can't be lying? I don't know.
then my claim that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water! Stupid contradiction! It's gonna get me in our case killed!
Focus was on just 3 suspects because the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of this case.
Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. So, should we also not treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion?
Good point.
Prosecutor Blackwell is on our side! I bet he's figuring out the truth behind this case.
Well, great. As long as he's not up to something else. Yeah, he's probably up to something else.
If the statues really were broken when the body hit them, then Yu's statement about seeing the body before the mock trial is a big fat lie. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw the body. Look me straight in the eye and repeat your statement to me.
Like I said before, before the mock trial, the body was, I shall only say this once, Golden Boy. You had best tell the truth, and do it now. That is, if your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body. Now, out with it. Did you truly witness the body?
Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it?
You what?
I
never saw the body.
Are you sure about that? Lie to this court again and I'll charge you with perjury.
There was no body on that stage. I've been lying about this the whole time. I'm sorry.
Yes, we've exposed Hugh's big lie for what it is. But why would they lie about this to begin with?
I don't know.
Order! The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial had been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and the prosecution's case.
Well, first I'd like to thank the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. Now, at least we know that the body was moved using the wire and school banner.
Indeed. That much I shall concede, Cykes Dono.
I don't know if she realizes that if this happened during the mock trial, then Mr. Somebody wouldn't have been able to do the thing. I don't know. I don't think she's thinking that far ahead.
The body was moved as you stated, and in the midst of the mock trial.
So both sides are satisfied then.
The body was moved before the mock trial. We have our 3 suspects. But if the move took place in the midst of the mock trial, it's an entirely different story.
Right. All 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Uh-oh.
How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio? Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could leave and re-enter the lecture hall.
But what's this? Who was this person in charge of the audio?
Oh no! How could I forget? It was... Hey, what's the big deal here? Why is Junie so large in the shot? Eh? Juniper was also in charge of the audio. When she wasn't in the trial, she was in the audio control room dealing with the music. That for some reason the mock trial needed to have, but okay, whatever.
Indeed, the one who could enter the art room and miss the mock trial to move the body was none other than the accused, Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio.
Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense.
This can't be happening! Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Junie's in even deeper! No matter how you slice it, we're cooked! And here I thought Prosecutor Blackwell was on our side, at least on this issue.
The Twisted Samurai strikes again.
Twisted? We're like dirty rotten!
Your boldness. It is time to put an end to this farce.
Prosecution has presented a quite convincing case. But the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Cykes?
Apollo! What are we gonna do? I've got nothing left! Nothing! Nada! Niente!
I've been trying to think of something, but I'm drawing a blank too.
Poor Junie! Unless we figure out something, she'll be... objection! Objection! Well, I object too!
What's happening here? Hey, Hugh.
You step right there.
What does he have to say? What's he gonna say?
All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor.
What is he about to say? I have absolutely no idea how this is playing. How this is about to play. Dude, he looks like an idiot. Hey, he couldn't operate anything with that busted hand of his, right? Look at him. He's doing it just fine.
Listen, and you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime as I cry.
Perfect. Crime? Oh my heavens. Give me a to be continued. Let's end this session. Or let's end this episode.
Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday?
Yes. Yes, we did. This had better not be another one of his enraging traps.
The murder, the moving of the body, the cover-up, it all sprung from my brilliant mind. Oh, well, go ahead, arrest me. The real killer is right before you.
You recanted your stupid confession already!
Order! Order, I say! Mr. O'Connor! You already confessed yesterday, then earlier today recanted your stupid fucking confession! That's what I just said!
As if you mouth breathers could comprehend my genius. The end justifies the means. You now bow down and kneel. Kneel before my great and maddening intellect.
Bow. Get it? Because he has a bow. I get it.
Enough! The only thing maddening is the egg not gonna make me able to bear for all to see.
You kids and your fucking words that don't exist in the dictionary, except like maybe once.
For it is impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi. For you were at the mock trial, and it is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly little act.
You doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threat.
Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection.
Fuck that shit. I'm ending the episode here. This has gone on for too damn long. Well, here's confession of what he has to say next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're not subscribed, don't. If you haven't commented, don't. If you haven't liked it, don't.